Good morning, students. I hope you are fine, taking good care of yourselves and staying at home. It's very important nowadays to stay clean, wash your hands regularly, and the most important is to stay at home. So today we are going to revise what we learned in topic 12 and topic 13. These topics were related to fractions, so we will review all the concepts one by one. So first of all, we will review what are fractions, what are the numerators and denominators, unit fraction, understand the whole, the number line, fractions less than and greater than 1. Then we will review what were the equivalent fractions and then comparing fractions. So let's review what are fractions, what is numerator, denominator, and unit fractions. Watch a video and review the concept.
Hi everyone! Today we're going to learn about fractions. A fraction is a number that is used to show how many equal parts there are. When writing a fraction, we put one number above another number with a line in between them. The top number, or numerator, tells us how many parts we are talking about. The bottom number, or denominator, tells us how many parts there are altogether. When something is divided into two equal parts, we call them halves. One piece out of two total pieces is 1/2. When something is divided into three equal parts, we call them thirds. One piece out of three total pieces is 1/3. Two pieces out of three total pieces is 2/3. When something is divided into four equal parts, we either call them fourths when they appear in math, or quarters when they appear in daily life. One piece out of four total pieces is 1/4 or 1/4. Three pieces out of four total pieces is 3/4 or 3/4. Two total pieces out of four is 2/4, but because it is the same amount as one piece out of two, it is expressed as 1/2. You can keep cutting shapes into smaller and smaller pieces, and as long as the pieces are equal, those pieces are fractions. Fractions are used in many places in our everyday lives. They are important anytime you want to share something equally, measure a part of something, or even tell time. Take a look and see if you can find any fractions around you.
Okay, so here I have two pictures of pizza representing different number of parts. So quickly tell me what will be the fraction for this pizza. What is my denominator? Excellent, it will be 8. And what is my numerator? Very good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 6 will be my numerator and 8 is the denominator. Okay, now in this picture, what will be fraction for this? What is the numerator? Excellent, it's 1. Why it is 1? Very good, because only one part is described. And the denominator is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Very good. So the fraction is 1 of 8. Excellent. Now you have also learned about the unit fraction, right? So quickly tell me, what are the unit fractions? Very good. When we have 1 as a numerator, that is called a unit fraction. Denominator could be any number But if the numerator is 1, what is the name of that fraction? Excellent, unit fraction. Okay, so now let's discuss the whole. What is the whole? And we will also discuss when we have to write fractions for each part and fraction for all the parts. So how we have to write that? So first of all, I have picture for a pizza here. Now I want to write the fraction for each part. For example, for this part, which is represented here. So what will be the fraction for each part, each single part? Excellent, 1 of 8. Very good. So what will be the fraction for this part? Excellent, again 1 of 8. So when we are writing fractions for each part, we are writing excellent unit fractions because the numerator is 1. So when you have a problem and you have to write the fraction for each part, so which fraction you are going to write? Excellent. A unit fraction. Very good. Now quickly tell me, I have to write the fraction for all the parts, for the whole, for the whole, all the parts. So my numerator will be excellent, same like denominator. Very good. So for whole, my fraction will be 8 of 8. 8, the numerator, is representing all the parts. So when we have to write fractions for all the parts, numerator and denominator will be excellent, same. And we also studied that whole, the fraction representing the whole, is equal to excellent 1. It is equal to 1. Very good. Okay, so let's have a look on fractions on number line. Let's review what are the fractions less than 1 and the fractions greater than 1. I have to show 3/4 on a number line. So how I'm going to do that? What are the steps I have to follow to make a number line to show any fraction? So first of all, I will draw a line, okay? And then the first end, the second end, the beginning and the end of the number line. It starts from 0 and it ends on 1. This is same for all the question that you will draw a number line and the number line must start from 0 and it ends on 1. Why? Because this lesson is about the fractions less than 1. We cannot read for the fractions more than 1 or bigger than 1. So we have to be between 0 and 1. So the end point for this lesson on number line is going to be excellent 1. Now, we just discussed in previous slide then that when you write a whole, a fraction for the whole, it is equal to what? What? Very good. It's equal to 1. Now I have to divide, in the next step, I have to divide my number line into equal parts. But how many equal parts? So for that, you have to look at your denominator. Denominator. You have to look the fraction given in the question. You will look for your denominator and you will divide your number line equal to your denominator. Now I have to divide my number line into 4 equal parts because my denominator is 4. Very good. So this is my first part, second part, third part, and the fourth part is already given. The fourth part is already given. So now my number line is divided into four equal parts. Four equal parts. Why four equal parts? Because my denominator is very good. It's 4. So I divided my number line into very good 4 equal parts. Now we discussed in the previous slide that when we are writing the whole fraction where numerator and denominator are same, that is equal to 1. Now why my denominator is 4? Because it is given in the question. And my numerator is 4 because it is equal to 1. So numerator and denominator have to be same. So my last fraction is equal to 4 of 4. Now let's write a fraction for the first part. What will be my denominator? Denominator is always same. In the same number line, you cannot change the denominator. So what is the denominator for this problem? It's 4. Very good. So my denominator is 4. But what is going to be my numerator for this first part? This is part 1. I'm describing one part. So my numerator is going to be 1. Excellent. So my fraction for first part will be 1 of 4 or 1/4. Why 1? Because this is the first part. Why 4? Because our whole is 4 of 4th. So denominator is going to be 4 for all the fractions. Now I have to write fraction for my second part. This is my second mark on the number line. Second mark, part 2. One part, now second part. So two parts. So my numerator will be excellent. It will be 2. And what will be my denominator? 4. Bravo. So the fraction for the second mark will be 2 of 4th. 2/4, right? Now the third part. This is my third part. I have written fraction for part 1, then part 2, now for part 3. This is the third part. I have to write the denominator for 3 parts. Sorry, the numerator for 3 parts. So what is going to be the numerator for 3 parts? Excellent, it's 3. And the denominator, like we have in all the fractions, it is 4. Bravo. So this is 3/4 on the number line. And the last one, because it is fourth part, the numerator is 4 and the denominator is 4. And because it is a whole, so this is equal to 1. Now we have to show 3/4 on the number line. So where is 3/4? Here it is. So we will circle it, or we can make a mark on number line that 3/4 lies here on the number line. So this is how we are going to do all the questions. Again, I'm repeating. First, I will make a number line. I will show my beginning from 0 and I will end my number line on 1. Then I have to divide my number line in equal parts by looking at the denominator given in the question. Now, after dividing the parts, I will write the fractions for each part. Okay, so similarly, let's write some missing fractions on this number line. So quickly tell me, what is the fraction for this part? What is the numerator? Excellent. It's 1 because it is the first part. And what is my denominator? Very good. It's 3 because my whole is 3. Okay. So for the next part, it's 2/3. For the third part, it is 3 of third. And that is the, what is this? When we have numerator and denominator same. So this fraction is representing a whole. Very good. And this is equal to, very good, 1. Okay. Now what is the fraction for this part? What is my numerator? Excellent, 4, because this is the fourth part. And what is my denominator? Excellent, it is the same, 3. So the fractions where you have bigger numerator than denominator, those fractions are greater than 1. You can see this fraction is after 1. So this is greater than 1. So quickly tell me, when the numerator is greater than the denominator, so those fractions are greater than 1 or less than 1 on the number line. Excellent, greater than 1. Very good. So let's watch a video to learn about equivalent fractions, and then we will review what we have learned.
In the same way that 2/4 can be expressed as 1/2, other fractions that contain the same amount of the whole may be simplified or reduced to another fraction. For example, 4/12 is exactly the same as 2/6, which is the same as 1/3.
Okay, so you have watched the video. Now quickly tell me, what are the equivalent fractions with same value or different value? Excellent. The fractions with the same value are equivalent fractions. So we studied about this. What is this model? What do we call it? Excellent. These are fraction strips. So the whole is 1. Excellent. Now you can divide 1 into halves. Excellent. And then further you can divide half into 1/4 and 1/4. So this is a basic model and so on. So let's review some fractions, equivalent fractions. So I have fraction 1/2, which is this one. So this is equal to 1/4 plus 1/4. So 1 plus 1 is what? Excellent. 2. And what is my denominator? Very good. 4. So 1/2 is equal to 2/4. Now 2/4, which is the yellow part, is equal to how many blue parts? Excellent. 4 blue parts. And the denominator is? Very good. 8. So 1/2, the fraction 1/2 is equivalent to 4/8 and 2/4 as well. Similarly, the fraction 3/4 means we are considering 3/4. Let me circle 3/4. So 1, 2, and 3. So 3 and the denominator is 4. So 3/4 is equal to how many blue parts? Excellent. 6 blue parts. So 3/4 is equivalent to 6/8. Or you can simply keep one trick in your mind. that if you have a fraction, let's say 2 and 6, and you have to write the equivalent fraction. So simply in your mind, you can make double. What is the double of 2? Excellent, it is 4. And what is the double of 6? Excellent, it is 12. So these are the equivalent fractions. You can write equivalent fraction for any fraction by writing the double of numerator and denominator. This is a small tip you can use at many places. Okay, so then we have the last concept we learned was about comparing fractions and the fractions with same denominator. How we are going to compare that? Here I have a picture where I have different fractions, but the denominator is, yes, same in all the fractions. Now quickly tell me, if I compare fraction 3/4 and 2/4, which one is bigger? Which one is showing more pizza? Excellent, 3/4. So 3/4 is greater than 2/4. So when denominator is same, we studied that, right? When denominator is same, smaller numerator will represent, excellent, smaller fraction, and bigger numerator will represent, excellent, greater fraction. Similarly, if we have same numerator, so then how we are going to compare? Now look at the first picture. My numerator is, excellent, it's 3 and it is the same. So which fraction is greater? Very good, with smaller denominator. With smaller denominator. So when numerator is same, smaller denominator will give you the greater fraction. Again, when numerator is same, excellent, smaller denominator represents greater fraction. Very good. So that's all for today's revision. In next video, we will revise topic 14. Till then, take care, stay safe.